What a good episode of RWBY. Like, hands down, this was a solid episode. Best episode yet of Season 5. Like, straight up, really good episode. Details, world building, characterization, what to expect. I mean, just overall, a very good episode. Impressive episode. Just, well done, Rooster Teeth. So, it looks like we're getting a training arc. I'm pretty hyped up for that. Now, I don't normally like training arcs because I see it a lot in anime and manga, but I really am looking forward to a training arc for our characters of this series because, I mean, it's about time. A lot of our characters, especially RWBY's group, they need to have a training arc. They need to get stronger because they're going to be facing a lot of strong opponents very soon. And, I mean, if we look at the opening song, they have a lot to look forward to, or we have a lot to look forward to when it comes to their opponents. So they need to get stronger. And for Ozpin to basically come up and say, you need to learn how to use hand-to-hand combat. Jaune, you don't have your semblance yet, and you don't have it, so you need to unlock it. I mean, you've improved, you've become a better person. You just need to unlock your ability. I just like these little details letting us know that there's hints that very soon, we're going to get to see some really good training stuff going on for these characters, and Jaune's is what really has me excited, because Jaune is a character that's been built up for seasons now, many seasons, like since the very beginning of the show. Jaune's semblance has been built up, that he is probably going to have something very impressive, and with it being mentioned in this episode, it seems like Rooster Teeth is probably finally ready to showcase Jaune's semblance, his power. I'm looking forward to it. I really am, because like I said, it's something that's been built up for a very long time, and I don't know how many of you out there even care about Jaune's character, care about his development, his anger, and how he might want to get vengeance against, you know, what happened to Pyrrha, but overall, I've been looking forward to his ability unlocking, and it seems like we could be getting that very soon. I wonder exactly what it will be overall, but I'm looking forward to it. Now, let's talk about, you know, RWBY and Crescent Rose, okay? It seems like by the way the writing is going and what Rooster Teeth is doing, it makes me feel that RWBY's weapon is probably going to get broken. I don't know, just something about the way the dialogue was done and how Ozpin was like, you don't know how to fight without your weapon and you don't know how to do hand-to-hand combat. It made me believe that that was foreshadowing to the potential possibility that RWBY is going to lose her weapon. It's going to get shattered, broken, and she's going to be in a point to where if she wasn't training hand-to-hand combat or other ways to fight, then she is going to get killed or, you know, something else could possibly happen. So I believe that that was foreshadowing. I don't know. I just believe the way Rooster Teeth set that up. That was foreshadowing for her to lose her weapon. It gets broken. Something has to happen to it. So I am looking forward to a new fighting style from RWBY. Her using hand-to-hand combat. It just seems like it would be very nice to see from her. I mean, after all of the fights we've seen RWBY take place in, her being able to use fist and stuff going in and fighting, that just seems like it would be really cool. So, anyways, let's get into the exact details and some world building we got. So number one, we got world building on the fact that curses in fact do exist. And the curse that we get to see, for an example wise, is Ozpin. So apparently a long time ago, Ozpin, he got cursed because he couldn't do the job he needed to do. He was cursed by the gods, and eventually, every time he died, his soul would go into another like-minded individual that's very similar to himself, and then basically over time, we don't know exactly how long the process takes. It could take a couple weeks, months, years, decades, I highly doubt centuries, but basically, it could take a good long while for the individual soul to merge with the original Ozpin. But he's been cursed to where every time he dies, he carries on, he goes to a new like-minded individual, he merges with them, and then the, you know, overall cycle continues to repeat. Now, in a lot of ways, when people look at this, it seems like it would be necessarily a good thing. It's kind of like you have immortality. You will not die. And I see many looking at this like, that's not necessarily a curse. But in a lot of ways it is, because we got to look at it like this. Ozpin, when he dies and he goes into someone else's body, he's technically forcibly throwing someone else into his own problems, his trouble. For instance, Oscar. Oscar is an entirely different person, separated from Ozpin. He may have like-minded viewpoints and stuff similar to Ozpin, but Oscar is his own individual. He's his own person. And let's kind of put this in perspective, okay? let's say you were Oscar. All of you out there watching right now, let's say one of you were Oscar, or you were Oscar, and all of a sudden someone came into your body and was telling you what to do, what you need to do, your new purpose and all that. Maybe you might be excited that you are a part of something very great and grand in the world, but overall, everything that you want to do, maybe your goals and accomplishments, they're gone. Because now someone else in your body, they're pulling the reins, and you're destined to just fade in existence and merge with this individual, and your souls will eventually link together, so you'll no longer technically be you. And so it's a really sad and terrifying way to look at it, and you got to imagine what Oscar might feel, or what he eventually will feel when he actually realizes what is really going on. He is going to disappear. He's going to, you know, kind of merge with Ozpin. And I mean, even though his memories will still be there, and Ozpin will change slightly, it'll still be Ozpin. It'll still be technically the main core individual that's been passed down over time. So Oscar effectively would be gone. He's dead. So it's messed up when you think about it. It's a really terrifying existence. Many might seem or think that it's probably a good thing because immortality, but it's not, because the individual that's having that happen to them, you're ruining their life. So I feel bad for Oscar because he's destined to basically fade away, and Ozpin is going to take control. So the curse aspect of, you know, this episode and how it was revealed, I really like that, because it lets us know that there's probably many others out there like that that may have a curse as well, and I can't wait to actually find out about this when it is eventually revealed. Anyways, though, getting back into other details, let's talk about the speech at the beginning. Blake's father doing the speech. Now, I can't be the only one to imagine this or think about this while watching this episode, but I've seen too many shows. I've read too many books. I've read too much, okay? And every time I see a speech, especially if it's an important speech that's determining, like, where the world is going to go, or standing up against a rogue faction or whatever, I've seen too many series to where usually when the person delivering that speech gets assassinated. And I was just waiting. I was waiting the entire time throughout the episode when that speech was happening for Blake's father to get shot or killed in some way, or something bad to really happen. I figured he was going to get put down, because I had that feeling. I had that, you know, suspicion in the background, just like something bad is going to happen. And I don't know if Rooster Teeth intentionally wanted that to happen. They were trying to build up, like, that tone to the episode, but that's the tone I got. When I was watching that scene, I was like, something bad feels like it's going to happen. Like, he's going to die, or someone's going to shoot him or something, and just something very bad. So I really like how that tone was done. Like I said, I don't know if Rooster Teeth was gunning for that type of reaction, or at least me to think that, but I thought it was a really cool scene, and I was really worried overall. So anyways, the speech lets us know that changes are needing to be done. The Faunus are trying to take their initiative to kind of rein in the White Fang, because the White Fang overall, we know what Adam is doing. Adam has taken control, he's taking matters into his own hands, and he's kind of just, yeah, he's not what Blake used to remember, basically. So I'm looking forward to seeing Blake confront Adam once again and seeing what she has to say, especially after what happened to Yang and all that. I'm just really looking forward to seeing, like, how the Faunus kind of combat, you know, the White Fang, but also, you know, go up against, like, you know, Adam. Like, when Adam has to face Blake once again, or Yang and all that. So anyways, last thing I want to discuss is the stuff about Weiss. So Weiss, she is on her own. She is not going to be getting any help. Well, I don't really fear the fact that she's probably going to die. I mean, we know death does happen in this series. I mean, Pyrrha, perfect example, and, you know, Penny. But, I don't think Weiss is going to die since she's one of the main characters, or anything. Like, she's not in true trouble at this moment, but she is imprisoned, and nobody is coming to save her at this time. Her sister, father, all that, nothing's happening. And it's very obvious that Atlas and all them can't really help out Weiss, because they're in a very bad political situation. They can't just, you know, invade another country, come in and all that, and do whatever they please, because everything that's already happened at the end of the last season, and the previous season, it's not possible. They don't have the authority so far to do it, and it would be very bad publicity if they were to try to go out of their way to save Weiss. So Weiss is on her own. She's not going to get any help whatsoever. The only people that she can really look forward to coming to save her is RWBY, Yang, and Blake, basically, when they finally get on their way to getting over there. That's the only people that can really save her. So Weiss is already at the destination, but I guess in a way she didn't necessarily want to exactly be where she is at. So, yeah, I do like the fact that Weiss is probably going to get to meet, you know, Raven very soon. I'm looking forward to seeing how Weiss interacts with Raven, especially after what Weiss knows, or, you know, what Raven is as a person. And also, I wonder if there's any way, like any possible way, that maybe Weiss might kind of get along with Raven. Maybe Raven and Weiss might hit it off in some way that's unexpected. I mean, possibility. I mean, when you think about it, it could be a possibility, because, I mean, with how Weiss is and how she's someone that doesn't want to be around her father, and, you know, right now they're doing a ransom for her and all that, you could assume that maybe her father might not pay money at all. I mean, judging by his character and how he's acting, or how he did act, I could see maybe something unexpected happening to where maybe he doesn't want to pay the money and all that, and then basically she's just stuck there. And I could see maybe Raven talking with Weiss and all that, and something happening from there. So, I don't know. Who knows? Overall, though, I think it was a really good episode of RWBY. Great stuff happened. Good world building. Love the curse aspect. I love the fact that we got some more, like, little hints and setup for Jaune and RWBY and all of that. Just let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below, how you felt about this latest episode. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Please be honest in the comments below. I love you guys. And if you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like my video, please leave a like. Please be safe. Chibi out.